Hi. No more obvious, but the very first vlog I'm ever posting on this channel. I posted one once in high school about gay rights and how I thought it was stupid that people are arguing about it. That didn't come out right. But I'm gonna keep it in here. I'm not gonna edit that one out. Gay rights aren't stupid. It's a stupid debate. Everybody should have the right to love whoever they want. It's kind of stupid that people want to control that. People just want control. So I'm going to contradict myself a lot. I'm sorry if I'm not talking loud. I'm a little bit nervous about this. This is my first time really just kind of talking to myself into a camera. And it feels self-serving. And I don't know what to think about it yet. Guess we'll see. To tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Sean. I am a sociology major in Indiana. Thinking about being at philosophy once I transfer. I don't know, it'd be an interesting combination. This vlog channel, this vlog itself, I'm just going to kind of cover some basics of what I want to do, some different thoughts I have. Give you an overview of just what I plan on doing for the next however long I do this for. I have a need to get all of my thoughts out in one way or another, whether it's talking out loud to myself when I'm alone or calling my mother, or talking to whoever, just because when they stay in my head, they're never completely formed. When I talk, I guess I just kind of don't think as much, and what I really mean to say comes out sometimes. Other times it's just really, really stupid, like you saw earlier in the video. And yeah, so I'm just going to throw everything out there, and whether you like it or not, I don't give a fuck. If you like it, well, I give a fuck. If you don't, then you just go leave somewhere. And I do cuss a lot, so get used to that. So I guess the first topic I want to talk about is something along the lines of on truth and lies in, let's say, racial media. Today in a class of mine, well, 2 classes, we talked about racial prejudice in the United States, more or less, and focusing on the 2008 elections and that kind of thing, and then also in the past, the housing market and how it's influenced current racial socioeconomic standings, you could say. And it seems like that we live in a day and age where logically you would think that it's not such a problem, but it is. And it's a scary problem. It's the fact that you look at one person, and when we have the ability to shoot people off of the planet, or even jump, from 24 miles up in the air and break this sound barrier, that with these strives, making ourselves subsequently more human, more than humans, you would think that race would not be an issue. You would think that people would stop focusing on it, period, that there would be no racism one way or another, that we would accept that there are genetic differences between us just as far as evolution goes, that one species has not evolved more than another, but simply evolved to what their needs were in their environment. It's depressing, in a sense. It shows the overall ignorance of our society. And there was a quote I saw on Facebook, and I cannot remember who it was, but it was something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, if you know the quote, put it out in the comments or whatever, that for such a well-informed society, we will be the first to kill ourselves off because of ignorance. That's very, very rough. The words were much more eloquent than that. And it's true that, and maybe it's just as human beings, we don't like truth. Or at least we don't like things that contest to what we know is truth. Crystallized versus fluidic knowledge is the social science term, the social psychology term for it. That when knowledge becomes crystallized, it stays in one spot in our head. where fluidic, it's just everywhere. We're able to come up with more creative and new ideas. So, in a sense, when this crystallized knowledge that what we know is true and it's absolutely true becomes challenged, well, the fluidic part of our brain begins to stir up and everything mixes together. And you don't want certain things to change. You don't want your life views to change from one thing and then automatically shoot back to another, because it's scary. It is so scary to go through something like that. For, let's say, somebody who comes to the realization later in life that they're gay, when they've spent their entire life thinking that they're straight, it's a scary experience. You've got an explosion of new feelings toward things you never thought before, and you become very hostile toward it. And it's dodgy, I guess you could say. But nevertheless, you have to eventually accept it. And it's the same thing with race. And by the way, I'm very random, if you haven't been able to figure that out. Just that statement to me going on and on. How it all relates back to race relations and fluidic knowledge and everything is that as soon as I formulate the thought, I don't plan on planning any of these videos. I just want to put my thoughts out as they progress. I once wrote in a paper that if you can't follow my line of thought, you'll never understand my reasoning. So basically, with race relations and all of that, you would think that crystallized knowledge is that we're just, on a fundamental level, we're different. But as far as a hierarchy of our thoughts and the way we've progressed in science and technology and everything, that it wouldn't be a problem anymore, but it is. It saddens me. It really does. I mean, especially with this presidential election coming up, that we have to choose between Romney and Obama, and it seems like we're voting for the same person with just wearing a different mask, and I mean that by they're both corporate puppets. The new universal health care, we'll say, gives insurance companies 42 million new customers, and Romney is just shady. Don't know what's going on in his head, but I don't think you know what's going on in Obama's either. So we're faced with these two, and of course one of them being African American. We're forced to ask the question, does race matter? And while an intelligent thought would tell you no, the reality is yes, race does matter. And it only matters because we make it matter. It only matters because we give it thought, that we have a second thought about who people are and what their race means. And maybe there is a genetic difference in intelligence, or applied intelligence, we'll say, not just intelligence. Applied intelligence being that we put our intelligence in different spots. Maybe a black person is more adept to survival instincts. Maybe white people suck at surviving versus somebody else. I don't know. And that actually sounds really racist. I apologize. But, maybe black people are more creative. Maybe they're more adept to sports, genetically. And we don't know. Maybe there is a possibility of that, but we're not asking the questions either. We're not giving it the thought it needs. So why don't we just forget about race, forget about stereotypes, and look at the data and look at science? Not religion. Religion's weird. Peace.